inmate at a federal prison. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Hang up to decline the call or to accept, dial 5 now. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial...
Hello, greetings.
Hey, man.
I got that brief in the mail to you today.
Great.
Won't leave till Sunday, but yeah, Frank only charged me $50 to write he rewrote Bob's brief.
Great. I hope it's a great brief. Minutes. I've been out working on my trailer lights, man. I got intermittent trailer lights. But anyway,
that's okay. I sent it to you yesterday, so I kind of was hoping you'd get it.
Well, something came in the last 30 minutes. Let me double check. I called every single person. You know, you sent me 2 lists. I called every single person on both lists.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the Rex letter. I had to read it. It just came in the last 30 minutes or so.
And if you want to make any changes, I did the best I could. It's only 1 page. I was trying to keep it short. I was trying to say as much as I could in the shortest possible time. Now, kind of what I was hoping you'd do is Google Trump and find out what properties he actually owns now. Because I really, sincerely, if I get out, that's what I'm going to go do is build transformers. I just think it would be really cool if we got started now. That would really frost the cake as far as bringing attention to a prisoner plight, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
from a federal prison.
I spent several hours today calling everybody on your list, and I got to say it was one of the most demoralizing exercises I've ever done in my whole life. It's like calling people in Sodom and Gomorrah, and one person replied and said he's not interested. That was Dave Winfield, the famous black baseball player. But I called Steve Wynn, who he doesn't own the Golden Nugget anymore. He owns like Wynn Casinos. Every other person, most of the people on your list are dead. But the people that I sent a ton of... Yeah, go ahead.
He still owns them. He stepped down and put somebody else up front because they brought in some girls to say that he made passes at them.
Oh.
But I'm sorry it's so demoralizing. I assure you that if I can get released, I'm going to electrify about half of those strip properties. Because, see, the problem is this. We can't really get a patent, and we can't, I'll work with power companies. Now, remember, I talked to Idaho Power. The president is now the county judge, and I asked him if he was interested. He knew about me and my factory, and his name was Fitzmaurice. And his response was, yes, I would buy $5 million a month from you right now.
Well, I don't know. Why can't we find one person and all of these rich people that you got one hell of a list, man? Did you do that from memory?
No, I got Trump's old book.
Oh, okay. It's one hell of a list, man.
That's why I was trying to explain to you that every casino has, like there's a food and beverage department. There's another department that does housekeeping. I used to get hired by the housekeeper to do the bedspreads.
Yeah.
And every one of these casinos has a department that pays the bills, like utility bills. So all I was trying to say is if you could reach one of those people in the department that pays the power, I'm not sure what the name of the department is. Remember, food and beverage is one name I know. The other name is housekeeping. Housekeeping hires me to do their bedspreads. But, every one of those casinos has a department that pays the utility bills. I'm not sure what it's called, but, might just be a general accounting. I don't know. But anyway, I assure you, the reason I was interested in building a big one. See, here's the point. If you build a 2-foot rotor, which will go through a door, it's pretty big, right?
Yeah.
It only has to rotate at 225 RPMs to earn $250,000. Now, if you raise the RPMs of it tenfold, get 10 times more RPMs, you end up getting $2.5 million out of one transformer. In other words, as you increase the speed, you get more amperage. So my idea, is to build one that costs $5,000, to the big one, and hook it up and put like a couple inverters on it with a motor on top that you can change the speed. You know, you crank the speed up and it goes faster and faster. And you keep adding more inverters and crank the speed a little higher and add another inverter. We just keep cranking that thing on up until we get the maximum out of it. Then we install the second one.
Right.
You know, that's kind of, you know. Then, of course, we'd slow it down. There's no reason to let it run that fast. 2,000 is not that fast. 10 times 225 is basically 10,250. So that's still not that fast, you know.
Yeah.
But if you raised it up 20-fold, then that would be like, you know, 20 times. You know, now it's really spinning. You know, but you're getting a picture. You probably didn't know that you could rev them up like that.
No, I didn't.
Inverters. Yeah, that's why now you're starting to understand why I wanted to build a full-size one. So I thought, man, we could really get some cash flow. But the problem is, you know, Bob, before he died, said, oh, we'll hook it up at Idaho Power. They won't pay us. Well, you know what? The thing about the grid under federal law, not that I am impressed with federal law, but the law says you can feed the grid in Tijuana and sell the power in Vegas. I didn't know if you knew that. In other words, you can pretty much input it anywhere and sell it somewhere else. Because once you feed the grid, you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got somebody like Wynn who's paying $2 million a month for his power bill on a 3,000-room hotel. Gosh, I can't understand why they wouldn't be interested in talking about saving money. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's an issue of them believing. I mean, you know, God's given you this motor that'll change the world. And I consider Las Vegas Sodom and Gomorrah. I called every single person on your list. I tried to get a hold of Wynn. The people at the Golden Nugget, they didn't even acknowledge that he's the CEO or owner anymore. They told me to call Wynn Casino.
No,
but
he stepped down, but he has controlling stock. He owns the stock.
Oh, I see.
He stepped down because a girl accused him of, you know, improper passes. That seems to be the left's mojo. They like to, you know, they accuse Bill Riley of that. But you're right. The thing that you don't realize about Las Vegas is it's pretty much run, I'm talking on the low level, not like the level of Trump, but the low level, it's run by Mormons. It's pretty much a Mormon town. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that. Why would the Mormons want to participate in the most wicked town on possibly the face of the earth?
They pioneered it.
Yeah.
They've been there since the beginning. And when Howard Hughes died, within 24 hours, the Mormon Church jumped up with a fraudulent will and demanded all the money.
Wow.
Now, Grozade, you know, my little friend Georgie, he told me a story. He said that bum on the top floor was not Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes used to disappear 6 months at a time, and he'd show up wearing old faded Levi's. And here's what Grozade said happened. He said that Howard Hughes hired all Mormon missionaries, ex-missionaries, for his security. And then they got together one day, and they said, why do we need Howard? We buy, we sell, we have all the money, we're in charge of everything, and why do we need this guy? If he shows up, tell Guido to, you know, let's just handcuff him and put him in the basement. You know? This was George's theory.
Yeah.
And he said that that bum up there with the long fingernails that wouldn't bathe and had a big beard, that's just a bum they got off Fremont Street. And they told him, nobody can recognize you. You can't shave. You sit up here and just pretend to be Howard, and you can have all the money you want. And then he told me that they could get his thumbprint by sawing his thumb. Because when he died, chained to the wall down there, that they put Howard in a deep freezer down in the bottom floor of the Aladdin. No, maybe it was a Desert Inn, I think, what he said. Anyway, but Grozade is the lawyer that beat them. In other words, he contested that will. He got that will thrown out and got Howard, his heirs got the money. Also, just so you'll know, Steve Wynn is the one that got his start from Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes gave him a property to build a casino on.
Wow. Howard Hughes was... Yeah, go ahead.
Huh?
Howard Hughes was...
You know, Mitzel. Remember Mitzel? The guy that gave me the ranch?
Yep.
He built his own casino on Las Vegas Boulevard after he sold his oil wells and his gas stations and his oil refinery. He sold it to... he built a casino on Las Vegas Boulevard called the Sans Souci. Then he sold the Sans Souci to Howard Hughes. He took the money Howard Hughes gave him and he bought the Valley Wells Ranch. And when I met George, he just bought the ranch. Then the feds came and stole the ranch. And that's when I got involved in the Sagebrush Rebellion. So I was in the middle of this story. That's why it's kind of an interesting story for me, anyway. And you're probably recording this conversation, so, you know, something to listen to of interest. But anyway, I was hoping that Mr. Broden would, if he liked that one-page letter, he said he would send it on over. And I was trying to write something real short and distinct. I'm just trying to get out. But if I do get out, that's what I want to do is hook up some big ones. I don't really want to hook up little ones. I want to do like Trump does. I want to make a deal with somebody that has $1 million a month power bill. You know, I'm willing to meet with Nevada Power and make them a deal. My brother Craig's been talking to the power company up in Ouray, Colorado, and they're interested. But Craig just never wants to get started doing anything.
Well, I sent those messages to Broden while we're talking, so they've been sent.
Oh, that's good. See if
This call is from a federal prison.
on Sunday, maybe you can ask Stefan if he liked Pastor Broden, if he liked my one-page letter.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
Give him permission to change it in any way. If any of your people that listen to my recordings, I mean, anybody that wants to try to find me an account, I would call them and try to finish the job from here. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely share.
Yeah.
Because what I love about the Transformer mostly is it's all profit. After I pay the $5,000, I don't have any overhead at all, and we don't have to pay any income taxes because of the green. It's called conservation. If you look at natureconservancy.com, owned by the World Bankers, you'll see that that's the exact format I'm patterning the Green Conservancy after. I'm patterning it after the most evil satanic organization on the planet because they have a special deal. They pay zero taxes on income, and anybody that donates some money gets a 50% deduction. And on top of that, you don't pay any property taxes. So if we electrified the Golden Nugget, they wouldn't have to pay their property taxes for 10 years. That would be about a $40 million a year savings. No, $40 million over 10 years, I'm sorry. Got to keep these figures realistic here.
Well, if you get out, you can engage anybody you want to in these businesses. But I got to tell you, when you start talking about these casinos, man, I can't get excited about dealing with the head dudes in these casinos. I don't know why, but they just...
Well, here talking to the Cardinal, I would be happy. Why don't we electrify Rome? You can't say you don't want to talk to the Pope.
I don't want to talk to the Pope. Get out of prison and you can talk to whoever you want to talk to. I hope God gets you out of prison and we find somebody that wants to use your power invention. But these casinos, yeah.
I did quit talking about the other 6 inventions, pretty much. I had 7 total, last count.
Wow.
Some of them sound more far-fetched. I sent you a copy of the anti-gravity device. It said STWAD, static time internal warp levitate.
I know. I remember you talked about levitating cars.
I still want to.
Yeah.
I'll build you the first car if I get out, okay?
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure you want a godly-looking car. What car is godly? I don't know.
Old black pickup.